Hello, everybody. Back bringing some more stuff. And today, I gotta turn off my Bluetooth. And today, I'm driving. It's Jenna's birthday. Well, it's Jenna's birthday party. And I gotta go over there. I have a Dr. Pepper. Okie doke. I've got my instructions. Everyone. I actually can't see them yet because I'm in a parking garage, so they're not loading. But hi, what's up, everybody? Sorry I cut myself short on the last one. Sorry I cut myself short. I just was so freaking tired. I was so freaking tired, everybody. It was brutal. I was so tired. It was seriously freaking exhausted, Peg. So, I have a Dr. Pepper this time. Because I'm going to a birthday party. Okay. Wow, it's been a while since I've had a Dr. Pepper, guys. It's pretty good. You know what would be crazy? It would be crazy if I could get a Dr. Pepper sponsorship. And the reason it's crazy, actually, is because I have like 58 subscribers. But the reason it's crazy from what I was just saying is because it would be freaking crazy to have such a delicious sponsor. And also the problem would be that I don't like to drink caffeine. Like, I try not to drink caffeine, so that would be a bit of a problem. Am I going to the right place? Let me see. Yeah, I'm going to the right place. I gotta let this person walk. I gotta let this fella go by. Never mind. They're not going that way. They're not crossing the street where I thought they were. Can I get out there? I cannot. Regrettably, I cannot get out there. Now my GPS is rerouting everybody. It's rerouting everybody. I'm excited to be doing something fun because I've had a really, really tiring week. I had an interview on Tuesday. I had my interview yesterday on Thursday. And just, frankly, I was feeling bad after my second one. I, didn't want to think about it. There was a lot that I didn't do the way I wanted to. I was just feeling bad overall. Are they going to stop at that stop sign? They are. Sick. So, I wake up today and I'm just, not feeling 100%. I'm grumpy. I don't want to go to my stupid class. I had what was basically a take-home exam, but my professor just called it an assignment. The thing is, you can work in groups of 2 to 3, and the person I was going to work with said, hey, I don't feel that well, so I can't go to class today, but I could still do the questions over the weekend. And I was feeling really grumpy and just I couldn't take it this morning because it's just been this week has been testing me. Okay, I've been working really hard and I've been exhausted, and just emotionally not 100%. Everybody, not 100%. And as your YouTuber, sorry guys, I have to cough. 3, 2, 1, cough. I'm done coughing. As your YouTuber, I feel like I should be able to tell you guys when I'm sad, or not even sad, but just not doing well, because if I'm gonna be the Penguins role model, the Penguins, they gotta know that everybody doesn't feel well all the time. Okay, you gotta be a role model. And the role models have to be sad sometimes. Otherwise, maybe a penguin begins to feel sad, and then they're like, well, Bat Peg never feels sad. Something must be wrong with me. That's what they would think, I bet. I wish that my route didn't take me this way. If I just went one block further, I would be at a light. And it would be easier to turn. But it's okay. It looks like there's a red light happening on my right. So, like a block down. So, it'll make it more likely that I can go. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. Wow, a friendly person just let me go. That was really awesome. But, Penguins, who is excited for the drive? Who is excited for the drive? Oh, I was having, like, a pretty rough week. And, my partner, they say, I'm not feeling well. I'm not going to come to class. But I could do this over the weekend. We could still do, like, 50-50 on the questions. I'm not sure that I responded to them. I definitely meant to say, like, hope you feel better soon. But I might have forgotten to. Because I just went and I ate breakfast, and then I went back to my room, and then I did all the questions. Because here's the thing. It's a group project. If you do it alone, you get a free 10% boost. That's like a question and a half. That's like a free question and a half. I'm driving past this place that has like a, the old-timey theaters, they can put up the letters on the front and like spell things out. They've spelled out, we love you LA, but you could also read it as we love you La. And they're a native Chinese speaker who learned English. So they'll add on things that you would use at the end of a Chinese sentence you can like add it to the end of the English sentence. And so they said like, we love you La, like because you would add La at the end of a sentence in Chinese in some contexts. But I don't know if this is an applicable context, honestly, because I didn't learn enough about Chinese. Oh, I know what I forgot to do. I was going to water pick my teeth. Because I feel like there might be something between my front teeth. Like my front two. Wow. Something about driving to see Cammie and to see her roommates, Jenna, Ali, and Jamie. I think that's an order. I've never said it before on the PEGCAST, so that none of them get any fishy ideas about what I might be trying to say. What was I saying? Oh, so none of them get any fishy ideas about, like, which one of them is the favorite. But there's something about driving to go see all of them right now that feels really good. Like, because I've been driving a lot this week it was just yesterday, actually. But I did a lot of driving that was for academic purposes. And the last time I drove before that, I don't know. I also went and I was driving to pick up a friend because they were like, hey, can you pick me up from my Pilates class? And we're like not that close. So I'm just like the friend with the car, basically. And I was like, yeah, sure. And then they texted me an hour before, or 30 minutes before, and said, hey, I actually don't need you to come. And then a sad face because they were like, sorry. Here's the deal. I had already put it in my GPS and then plugged in my phone next to my bed because it was like not that high battery. So I go over to my phone. It doesn't show me that I have a notification. It shows me the GPS. So I pick up my phone. I drive all the way there. I whip out my phone because I'm going to text them and say, hey, I'm here. And I see that like 40 minutes ago, they said they didn't need help anymore. And I felt so stupid. I was just, like, so done. So driving with, like, a good purpose in mind, where I'm, like, happy, it feel good. It feel good. It feel good, where I'm gonna drive and see all my friends. That's interesting. That house has the Kansas City Chiefs thing and the Eagles. The Philly Eagles. Sorry. They've got both. What the heck? Oh, I should plug in my phone. I think, like, I'm feeling like right now I forgot a story that I was halfway through. I did all the questions by myself. I'm gonna get my 10%. Oh, yeah, and then, so today, I did my questions, I went to my class. I ate lunch, but lunch was weird, man. It was a beef sandwich, and it had also grilled onions and mushrooms. And the lady there dumpstered it with everything. So, and the bread, like, it doesn't hold that well. That being said, it's pretty yummy bread. It's just not, like, structurally sound. So, like, it was just not meant to be a sandwich, to be honest. It just, like, completely exploded. It was a lot to eat, you know? And I thought I didn't have a gift for Jenna for her birthday, but I actually do. It's not big, though. I just have, like, some candies. I have some candies for her. So that's nice. I learned something, guys. So, you know, it was Raichu Day yesterday for me, and, like, a week ago, and 2 weeks ago for you. As long as I'm releasing the PEGCASTs 1 week away from each other, which, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, might not have been the case if I didn't have this thought right now, to make me actually, like, ensure that they're all 1 week apart. Because I have to delay some of them to put it after Valentine's Day when I'm talking about what games I'm going to play for Valentine's Day. I don't really have to, but I said I would in that episode, I'm pretty sure. And because I did that, it means that I have to delay it. And I can't just delay that one. I should delay all of them so that they're all 1 week apart. Do you get what I mean? Like, I can't pause halfway through. I guess I can, though. I guess I actually can. And this whole thing is predicated on bad logic from me being silly and not having eaten in a while. Okay, so back to the matter at hand. I finish my questions, submit them. My hands are clean. I would, like, clap my hands, you know, like, brush the dust off. Dirty, like, you know, get my hands clean thingy gesture. But I'm driving, so I can't. I finished that, and then I showered, and it was, like, a pretty nice shower. It was a pretty nice shower, you guys. I'm gonna be honest with you. I felt clean. But here, I'm actually running out of soap, and there are two sides to this story, right? One side is, I'm running out of soap and I need to buy more soap. I'm running out of soap and I need to buy more soap. Wait, okay, I am going here. Cool. Oh, Lord. This is one of those terrible highway entrances where they hate you in real life. But here's the other side to that soap story, everybody. Here's the other side. Sorry, I was taking a delectable drink of my Dr. Pepper. Dude, what was I just saying? Oh, here's the other side of my soap story, everybody. Every peg. I've been really leaving you hanging on that cliff about this soap, huh? I bet you really want to know, don't you, little penguin? I can feel your frustration. But it isn't time yet. It isn't time yet. I'm kidding. The other side is that I get to buy better soap. Which is, like, really nice, because my soap sucks. It's, like, really bad. I got it for super duper cheap from a little rinky-dink type CVS type of store. Sorry, I don't know if you could hear me because I was turning away. I got it for really cheap from a rinky-dink CVS type store. It was like the super cheap one. And it's just been terrible. I hate it. So on one hand, it's almost over. But on the other hand, I'll get a better soap. I'll get a better soap. Oh my gosh. Guys, life hack. I might have already talked with you guys about this, actually, but life hack. Are there no cars? Oh, no, there are cars. Whee! Sorry, guys. That's a really tough highway entrance. That's a really tough highway entrance. But we made it. Also, it sounds like I've really accelerated, but I went up to like 60 miles an hour. What was I? Oh, here's the biggest freaking Batpeg life hack you've ever heard in your life. I'm dead serious, guys. This is a real life hack in real life. If you don't have a Costco membership, but you know someone that does, then if you go, what are they doing? Oh my god. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, almost just crashed my car. Wouldn't have been my fault, but I almost crashed my car. So that was really scary. That was really scary, you guys. Goodness gracious. That person is actually gonna die on this highway. Like, if they're gonna keep driving like that with their freaking headlights off or whatever, they're actually going to die. They should not take this highway anymore if they're gonna drive like that on this highway every day. This is not like a threat. This is not me being like, I hate them. This is me out of concern saying, if they keep doing this, if they keep driving here, they will probably die. So they should not keep driving this way. Oh my gosh. Penguins, listen, it's not even my fault for leaving you hanging on that cliff. I freaking almost died because of that negligent driver. They got onto the highway. This is a 3-lane highway, right? And it's fast. And the entrances are like extremely, extremely short. So there's not like a lane where they speed up really. And I was driving, and when you get on, basically you have to watch for the traffic, and if there's anyone in your lane, you just can't go. And then when your lane finally frees up, then you can start to drive, everybody. You can start to drive. And when you start to drive, everybody, you gotta speed up fast. And that's why you heard my car speed up. So this car sees that I'm coming and just like rolls out at maybe 5 miles an hour to right in front of where I'm gonna go. And why would I think they are gonna do that? Because like I'm right there, clearly I can't slow down enough for them to go, because they can't, like, it's just not gonna work. but they just roll out right in front of me, and I had to, like, get over to the left lane, and if there was someone in that left lane, then I just would have had to hit someone. So, you know, that was really frightening. But here's the BatPeg life hack, everyone. If you go to Costco... Anyways, guys, I almost died. But if you were to go to Costco... so if you don't have a Costco membership, but you know someone that does, you can go to Costco and spend something like $300 on a Costco gift card, right? You follow? You can use this gift card for gas at the Costco gas station. Are we on the same page about this, me and you, Penguins? Are we understanding why this is a crazy cuckoo bananas deal right now? Because that's freaking insane. It's actually freaking insane. It's crazy. Sorry, I'm like focusing on merging real quick. But that's like a crazy deal, because you just spend the money up front for your gas, and it does require you to spend a bunch of money up front for gas, but you'll be saving so much by doing it, because Costco's prices are so much better on gas, because you have to buy the membership. So they theoretically, if the membership price is high enough, are making money on the gas. But that's not the case if you're using a life hack. If you're using a life hack, then you're friggin' ballin'. So, that's pretty tight, right? I'm thinking of doing this for real. Here's the reason I won't, though. Right now, I live relatively close to a Costco. I'm not sure that it's worth it where I live now, because we recently moved. So I can't confirm that it is worth it. That being said, I'm also going to move. And I'm going to move because I'm going to go to grad school. God willing, and the creek don't rise. I'm going to be going to grad school. And because of that, I don't know if I'll be near a Costco. So my life hack might not be worth it. And that would be like $300 down the drain. Everybody, I just finished my Dr. Peppa. I've completed my Dr. Peppa. I was playing this game Prodigal. I've probably talked about it before on some BatPeg episode or something, but I was playing this game Prodigal, and it's basically like it's an indie game that's heavily inspired by Link's Awakening and 2D Zelda games, but mostly Link's Awakening. And the thing about this game is there's always more of it. Like there's actually so much game in this game. Because you beat the main story, and then you're stuck doing post-game content for like 18 years. There's so much post-game content. It's actually wild. So, like, last night, I was looking at what all I would have to do in order to actually 100% the game. And it's so much that it's unreal, man. Like, for real. It's so much. I have to be careful about where I'm going here. I'm not sure that my phone, my GPS is telling me the truth. Okay, no, it is. It is. But Prodigal, it just keeps going. So, like, I'm in this final dungeon thing, but then it turns out that after I complete this dungeon, there's another final dungeon. And these are both, like, supposed to be the super hard last dungeon that you do. And then, on top of that, if I make a new save file, then there are a bunch of different things I can do to like modulate the difficulty of the game by destroying different like altars to different gods, and one of them will add like a secret boss to the game if I do it. But like, do I want to do that? Because it would require... Okay. I almost just got crashed into again. Someone just tried to bully me out of my lane. Because we were merging together and I was in front of them, and they sped up and then stopped speeding up. So we're like literally right next to each other, and we're about to merge, like our two lanes are turning into one lane. So I slowed down, because otherwise we would have collided, I suppose, or they would have had to leave. But, you know, such is life. But if I wanted to do this secret extra boss in this game, I would have to... I just had a moment right now, guys, where, like, I've been so focused on driving that the talking has completely taken a back seat throughout this whole car ride. And I haven't been having the experience of talking to myself in the car. I've been having the experience of listening to my own thoughts. I haven't been like usually when I'm recording the PEGCAST, I'm trying to think of things to talk about, and I'm just talking in the car. And I'm like, oh, I'm just talking to myself. And that's the experience I have. But just now, because I was so focused on driving for so long, and I finally got to an easy part, I like recognized as I got to the easy part that I haven't been having the sensation of speaking to myself. I've been having the sensation of listening to a podcast, which is a little bit insane because I'm speaking. But I guess if you haven't eaten recently enough and you're frigging going cuckoo bananas, then whatever. But in order to fight this secret boss, I would have to start a new save file, walk up to this man in a cloak, turn on a difficulty modulator for the game, and then, with this difficulty modulator thing, I would have to clear every single dungeon in the game, which is like 4 or 5 of them, beat all the bosses, survive. If I die, then I have to... Well, actually, I'm not sure if that's true, but one of the difficulty modulators is that if you die, it's like permadeath and you have to restart your save. I don't know if I need that one to fight the boss. I'm not sure. But basically, I would have to beat the whole game again. I would have to beat all the dungeons, and I would have to go to the final boss. And then the final boss would be a little bit different. And that's just not happening. Like, I've already given Prodigal so much. I've been slogging through the end of this game. And, it's been difficult. But I'm almost at the end. I'm, like, at the, I'm almost at the boss of one of the 2 final dungeons. Because there are 2 dungeons that are both the final dungeon, I was saying, you know? And I say they're both the final one because you can do them in whichever order, and the wiki says that both of them, the wiki for each of them, says, like, this is intended to be the final and most difficult dungeon in the game. So, I don't really know which is which, but... Or, sorry, not which is which, but which is supposed to be the final one. But I'm just considering them both the final one, and I'm really close to being done with one of them. Also, I know all of this because the game is impossible to figure out without the wiki open. So, yeah. It's not actually, but a lot of it is quite difficult without the wiki open. I tried to do as much as I could without it, but eventually just there's so many moving parts, and the game doesn't give you, like, well-constructed enough and consistent enough hints that you can always tell what you're supposed to do. So, it's a little difficult. You probably could figure it out on your own. Like, it's not cryptic. It's just a little hard to follow. This person behind me has those, like, bright blue headlights that shoot you in the eyeballs from hell. I don't know why people do that. Like, it's so bright, dude, and it's shooting right into my rearview mirror. Maybe I'll try to get over a lane so they're not straight behind me. But only if I can get in front of this giant truck, because I don't really want to be behind them. They're not a giant truck, they're a big van. I did that last time, too. Say that a giant truck was a big van was a giant truck. Silly mistakes. Silly mistakes. Silly mistakes that I've done before. Similar silly mistakes. I didn't watch Haruhi. I was too tired. I couldn't do it. Instead, I play Rivals of Ether. And I think I've given up on Edalus. I thought I was going to play more Edalus, because he was super fun when he first came out. But, he's just not really for me. He's not for me. There are characters that are for me, is why. Like, if I didn't really completely vibe with any of the characters, if Rano was my main, then I might play Edalus more, or alternatively, play Rivals less. But Edalus isn't, like, my best friend. That's a spot reserved for Zetterburn and Forsburn, the two estranged brothers. Wah, 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 wah. Y'all, this is bad. I'm out of stuff to talk about, and it says I'm not going to get there for another 40 minutes. What can I talk about? There's got to be something that I'm, like, uber passionate about that I can talk about. Okay, here's something to talk about. I may have already talked about this, but whether I have or haven't, the Penguins can listen to a rehashed story. I feel like that's probably 90% of what the PEGCAST is anyways. It's not like it's great to listen to, you know? It's not like the PEGCAST is something great to listen to. Most of the episodes, I feel, are pretty terrible. But it works out. Because it's just, like, fun for me. And then also, every time I say they're all terrible, like, the Penguins, they link me a funny moment. And the funny moment is really funny, and then I'm like, oh, wait, maybe it's not that bad. Gosh, golly. Yeah, I think I'm going to try to get over, because these blue lights are so strong. I'm going to wait, because I hear motorcycle. It's on the other side of the road. I think I can go. Awesome. The blue lights are actually still in my rearview mirror, but maybe the two lanes will go at different enough speeds that I'm able to escape them. What do we think, Penguins? What do we think? What do we think? Guys, for my birthday, can you all make a Let's Play? Not together, individually. Can you all make Let's Plays playing single-player games? Like Zelda or Mario Galaxy or something? I don't care about the video quality. You can film it with your phone pointing at the screen. You could play Mario Kart too, but, like, I don't want you to play, like, with someone else. Like, I just want that singular, like, walk-through type of video, okay? I want the Batpeg charm coming from the Penguins, is basically what I'm asking for. I'm trying to get some magic here. These are the things that I want with desperation. I want to hear Cammy, my beloved girlfriend, make a Let's Play where she plays some friggin' game. I want to hear Dusty, Kenzie's proclaimed funniest Penguin, making a Let's Play of her own. I want to hear Kenzie, with her jovial nature, playing a silly little game. She could even play... these games, they could be good, they could be bad, you know? Like, you could play something goofy. Kenzie was playing the Muppets game when we were hanging out together, and that would be fun. Or you could play something like Kirby that's, like, legit, you know? All these things. I want to hear a friggin' video from... Dude, the guy in front of me is falling asleep, I think. Because he's, like, drifting off the road a lot. I'm trying to, like, keep some distance between me and him. But he could really use a Dr. Pepper. If traffic comes to a complete standstill, no, I won't go and give him one. But I thought about it. Can you imagine? I'm like, excuse me, sir, would you like a Dr. Pepper? That'd be so funny. I want to hear a Let's Play from Maya, is what I didn't say yet. Dude, we need a Maya Let's Play. And you don't have to, like, post it or share it online or anything. If you want, it can only be for Batpeg's viewing pleasure, if you're making a Let's Play. But, oh my goodness, it would be so fun if I got Let's Plays from the Penguins, wouldn't it? I mean, that's like a time capsule. I feel like Batpeg is a time capsule. You can really feel like who I am through these videos. The answer is exactly the same I was when I was 12, but with a deeper voice. But what I mean is, like, at some point we'll go back to these videos and we'll be like, oh my gosh, I remember what it was like to be in college and get together on Peg Wednesday. You know? That's not to say that I'm going to stop doing Peg Wednesday. Like, I don't intend to. It could always end. Batpeg could always end. But it's not my intent right now. I don't know if you guys heard that siren go past me, but I hope somebody is not injured too badly. Guys, I want Let's Plays from the Penguins. Who have I said? I said Cammy, I said Dusty, I said Kenzie, I said Maya. I haven't said Linus yet, but I want one from Linus. And with desperation, I want an Oniki Pig or Welpopo Let's Play. I might have said that in the last PEGCAST. I want it with desperation, with fervor, everybody. I heard, Gabe told me that he was making a Let's Play channel and he bought a microphone for it. And Dusty and Gabe, they tried to play a visual novel. And they tried to make a video. And then it, like, didn't pan out because it's a visual novel. But of course it didn't, because it's a visual novel. Like, I'm selective with the games that I play. I'm not going to play a game that will make for a terrible video. Like, it's a skill to be able to sit there and read visual novel dialogue in the visual novel voice. Oh my gosh, I'm driving past a Costco gas station right now. I wonder if anybody there used the Batpeg life hack. It does take a skill to sit there and read visual novel and do the voices for, like, 20 minutes. Or even longer. It is a skill that has to be acquired, and I don't have that one. But, I want to see a video out of Oniki Pig. It's been too long since we've had an Oniki Pig banger. It's been too long. But yeah, Penguins, it would be really fun if you guys made Let's Plays. And it's okay if you don't. I'm not going to be Mr. Disappointed. I'm just putting it out there into the ether, okay? I'm putting it out there. Because, yeah, what I was saying about the time capsule thing earlier is, like, it would be fun to have, like, a snapshot of you guys being you and being silly for the future. Not that I'll really go back and look at it all the time, okay? I'm not going to be a freak about it, okay? But we have so much of me. So I would like personally to have some of you. Do we follow? Do we understand? Did I name everybody? I didn't name Kenzie's roommate, but I don't know if Kenzie's roommate, like, I don't know if that's the vibes. Maybe it is. Maybe Kenzie's roommate is so excited to play Metroid or something. And this is how I meet them. Is through a Batpeg video. Well, I guess it wouldn't be a Batpeg video. It would be somebody else. But God, Like, I'm talking to Dusty for a second. Dusty, could you imagine listening to Maya do an intro before her Let's Play? Would that not be the funniest thing ever? And then I'm talking to everybody again. Could you imagine Cammy doing it? Oh my goodness, it would be so funny. I'm a big Maya fan. I'm a big Cammy fan. I'm a big fan of all the Penguins, to be honest. Oh. Yeah, I'm trying, brother. Yeah, we know. We're trying to get out of your way, sir. We're doing our best. He's trying to go down the left side of the highway, and we're all trying to get out, but because we're all trying to get out, we're getting, like, packed into the next lane, and it's a little bit difficult. And then we're all, like, going over too slow, because he needs to get through, and he's like, "Bah, bah," and we're like, "Wah, let me out!" That was scary, everybody. That was scary. Oh, my goodness. That was so scary, everybody. I've been listening to more Miku and Teto music. That's what I've been doing recently, everybody. When something pops up in my YouTube, I'll listen to it. I listen to it. I've been listening. And it's been quite fun. I wouldn't call myself like a real Miku fan. Maybe I'm being too hard on myself. I feel like I'm a fake Miku fan. Because I don't know that many songs. And all the songs I know, for the most part, are relatively new. Like, I don't know old bangers, you know? Well, I guess I know the old bangers. I just don't know, like, old bangers that aren't, like, top 5 songs from the 2000s, you know? Or 2010s, too. So... Wait, didn't she come out in, like, 2007 or 9 or something? So I guess it would just be 2010s. Because there couldn't have been that much Miku in the 2000s. Maybe there was. Yeah, actually, people make music a lot and fast. So maybe there is a lot, even though she only came out in 2007 or 9, I think. I could be making that up, but I'm pretty sure. But I've been listening to more Miku music, and I feel like I'm a fake fan, because I'm listening to all these songs, and I'm like, oh yeah, big Miku fan, but I don't know the classics. So I feel like I'm fake. But maybe that's like saying I'm not good at Melee, because, like, compared to me, there are many, many people who are better. But also, I'm, like, probably in the, like, top half of all humans that play the game. And then I'm significantly better than all the people that, like, play the game, but only casually. Like, they don't actually play, but they'll play every once in a while. Like, I'm way better than them people, you know? So maybe this is another one of those situations where I'm selling myself short. But I don't think so. I think I may just be a fake fan. So, who knows? I think that the gatekeepers deserve to gatekeep with Miku. I think that they've earned it. And I think what's beautiful is that nobody's gatekeeping Teto. Everybody is just a big Teto fan. And everybody's like, yeah, come join us. We love it. Here's her face on a pear. Everybody's just full of love. But the Miku fans, I think they've earned their right to gatekeep. Except for that, probably some of the people that are gatekeeping, like, they think they're so cool because they know some of the old songs from, like, 2010 or whatever. But actually, they're a child on TikTok. And they've only been a fan for, like, a year and a half, if even. And they're just, like, an annoying child on TikTok. Have you ever considered that? They're trying to get Miku canceled for being too sexually explicit in one of the songs. Because they were like, she's 15! Girl, do you know what Miku is about? Miku could be anything! You're ridiculous. You're ridiculous, you know that. This isn't a song about underage sexual relations. Okay? Let's be real here for a second. Let's be real here. Let's be serious. People are trying to say this song is bad because it's terrible. It's terrible because it's about underage sexual relations. Get real! Get real! That's not what it's about! Miku could be anything. Miku doesn't have to be 15. Goodness gracious, Penguins. You guys must understand. You guys must understand. And I was just gonna keep complaining about stupid people on TikTok. It's okay, I can be done. I was talking with my mom about what some weaknesses are that I should say if I'm in an interview, right? And the two that she came up with, mind you, I'm trying to be a therapist, right? I'm trying to be a counselor. The two that she comes up with and suggests to me, this is insane, very funny. The two faults that I should say for my, wanting to join a counseling or therapy program interview. She suggested that I am impatient and that I dislike stupid people. Now, if I had an impatient therapist, I would never go to them again. And if my therapist hated stupid people, then they would hate, their clients, right? Dude, those are the silliest things ever. Those are really bad ones. Those are, some of the worst faults you could say, I think. So that made me giggle. Life is a highway. I wanna ride it all night long. Oh my gosh, that's what I was gonna say. That's what I didn't finish. Raichu Day. Wow, you've been hanging on that cliff forever. I bet you were hanging on that cliff for so long that your arms became adjusted to it and you forgot you were even hanging. I bet that your arms simply became adjusted to the pressure of trying to hold on to your whole body from the hanging on the cliff, and then you didn't even remember that you were hanging on the cliff because you're so used to it at this point. I bet you forgot. Raichu Day, I have learned, is also Mewtwo's birthday, because in the games, that's the day that the journals say that Mewtwo was created. What's frustrating about this is it means that people aren't celebrating Raichu Day. Everybody's saying, "Happy birthday, Mewtwo!" No! It's Raichu Day. It's freaking Raichu Day, everybody. Oh, I'm supposed to take this exit. Whee! Whee! I'm zipping right past this big truck. And this time it's not a van, it's a big truck. Zip, zip, zip. And I'm going well below the speed limit, to be honest. But I'm zipping right by. Zip, zip, zip. Uh-oh, I think they're gonna zip, zip, zip right by me, because now I'm slowing down to a halt. No! They zip, zip, zipped right by me! No! I gotta get in the left lane, bro. This is crazy. The right lane ain't moving at all. And I have to turn left anyways. Wait, will this be okay? It says that I have to turn right. Oh, man. I have to turn left, but it wants me to turn left from the right lane. And I think that the stoppage here is actually from where I'm trying to go. Like, I think I am in the wrong spot. I think this is bad for me. It kinda is, but only a little? Wait, no, I can turn right here. Oh, this isn't bad at all. Yeah! Yippee! Yippee! Wahoo! 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 Yay! Okay, that was a big victory, everybody. That was a big victory. That was a big victory. Woohoo! Guys, when the Nintendo Switch 2 drop, who wants a new 3D Mario game? Me. That's something to talk about. Guys, I don't want Odyssey 2. Can I be honest with you? I don't want Odyssey 2. I would rather have Galaxy 3 than Odyssey 2. I would rather have Sunshine 2 than Odyssey 2. I would rather have Super Mario 65 or Super Mario 128 than Mario Odyssey 2. I would rather have Super Mario 3D World 2. I would rather have Super Mario Bowser's Furry Escapade number 2. I would not rather have Super Mario 3D Land 2. But really, I would rather have something unique. Give me a new Mario game, dude. It's been so long. It hasn't. Like, Mario Wonder feels like it basically just came out. What a banger, though. What a great video game. Wow. In the big city, with all the lights, there's a dentist and a taekwondo place and a cheap gas station. Relatively. That's Pokemon song. So here's the deal, guys. Pokemon Legends Z to A is coming out. And they could bring back some starters. And if they bring back some starters, then they could bring back some Mega Evolutions for the starters, okay? Who do we want? Who do we want for the starters, everybody? I think we want Pignite. I mean, not Pignite. I think we want Tepig. I was thinking about Emboar, and then I was like, I have to go younger than Emboar, but, like, in order for this sentence to make sense. But I only went a little bit younger. I really think that Tepig would be cool because Mega Emboar could be so sick, dude. They could, you know how his arms are, like, really big and, like his forearm where it's like his I actually don't know which part of the arm is which, but I think it's the forearm, the part that's farther away from your shoulder, that half, that part is like just straight for him and it goes straight into his hand, and that part, it like looks so powerful, and they could put like a jet engine on the back of it so that he could like use some jet power and go like boom and punch extra hard with his punching power. And then that would be really cool. I think that would be a cool Mega. And they should give us Mega Flygon, because everybody wanted Mega Flygon, and it would just make the kids happy, bro. But also, maybe they could give us Mega Raichu, and he's Gorochu. That would be pretty tight. That would be pretty tight. That would be pretty awesome. Or they could just give us Gorochu also. If they just gave us Gorochu as a Pokemon, that would be the coolest thing ever. That would be pretty freaking epic. Pretty freaking epic, everybody, if they would give us Gorochu as a Pokemon. That would be pretty freaking epic. It makes me sad to think about Pokemon cards, dude. Like, they're such a collectible now. Like, everybody buys out the whole freaking store whenever... What is that whistle, dude? Somebody is a whistler. I don't know what it is, but I think I've driven away from it now. Or they've driven away from me, I'm not sure. But... what was that sign? Gorochu, Pokemon cards. They're like such a hot commodity that like everybody just buys them all out as soon as there's a new set. And, you know, it's become such a big thing with streamers too. What is that whistle? I don't know if you guys can hear it, but there's a whistle. I'm trying to tell if it's my car. Hold on, guys. I really can't tell if it's my car. I really cannot tell for the life of me. I thought it might be every time I accelerate. So I'm like letting go a little and then accelerating. But it just didn't happen twice in a row. So I don't think it's that. Wildlife Crossing? That's like Animal Crossing. Do, 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 do. Guys, you know what's sad? I'll talk about that after. The freaking Pokemon cards commodity, the commodification of Pokemon cards is so sad. Because these kids, they collect Pokemon cards and they're not looking at them and saying, wow, that's my favorite Pokemon! Or, wow, that one's so cool! You're like, no way! You got a freaking Mewtwo EX full art? You should get it PSA graded to see how much it's worth. Like, dude! That's not what it's about! It's not supposed to be about how much money your PSA freaking Charizard is worth. It's supposed to be about love. It's supposed to be about love, guys. Have they forgotten? When I was a kid, I got a Pokemon card that was a Pikachu, okay? And he's so cute. He's so cute. And it's a holographic card. It's hollow. And it's a little cute Pikachu. And this here cute Pikachu, he's like actually so unbelievably cute. And he has the move Thunderbolt. And he hits you for 100 damage. Do you know how crazy that felt as a kid? I was like, whoa, little baby Pikachu, and he's the cutest card in the world. He's got a pink background. It's hollow. And he hits you for 100 damage. He's a beast. And I think it was only for 2 electric energies. Like, bro. He was awesome. And I loved it. I loved that card. Now, I bet if a child pulled that card, they would say, oh, Pikachu, he's so mid. Pikachu is so mid. 100 damage is like not even that much damage, no cap. That's what they would say, dude. That's what they would say. They don't even know what they're looking at. They don't even see the beauty. They don't even love it, bro. When they pull the same freaking Magikarp 4 times, they're not like, that's so funny, I have 4 Magikarps. They're like, oh, I got so many dupes. This pack was low-key a waste of money, bruh. That's probably what they're saying, dude. And they're dressed all spiffy-like because TikTok is ruining them. TikTok is causing them to understand societal pressures far too early, and they're dressing up to look attractive at age like 12. Like, dude, who are you dressing up for? Yourself? Even if you're dressing up for yourself, you shouldn't feel the pressure to dress up like that at this age. Even dressing up for yourself, low key, is still so performative, because you're performing, like, I guess you could say with confidence that you're not performing for others and that you're just dressing up this way because you want to. But why do you want to? Why? Riddle me this, Batman. And the fact that little tiny kids are dressed up and they're spiffy, they're dressed up 1,000,000 times better than me, this is a problem. Those kids can't be mentally well. There's no way. And it stresses me out. Like, if you like walk past the middle school because you're on your walk to freaking go see your girlfriend, or if you walk past the middle school because you're you're on a run to the YMCA and back, because that's roughly a mile, and both ways it's roughly a mile, so you get like 2 miles run for your exercise, and you go past the middle school and there's this tiny child, and they look so tiny and like they're a child, but they're dressed up like they're fitted out and trying to be freaking #beautiful, #gorge. Doesn't it make you feel frightened for them? What's happening to the youth? The other thing I was going to say that made me sad was that Animal Crossing New Horizons. This is the most Batpeg episode ever. Animal Crossing New Horizons is like one of the best selling Nintendo Switch games. This is great because it means that there will be a new Animal Crossing for the Switch too. It's sad because it means that they're probably just going to follow the model that they had set out for Animal Crossing New Horizons, as opposed to the model that I much prefer, which is that of New Leaf. Because Animal Crossing New Horizons focused a lot on making it so that you could completely form your island and do whatever you want with it. Wait, where am I going? Why does it want me to be in that lane? Now I'm stopped at a red light so I can check. That looks like it's a little bit of time, so I should be okay even though I'm in this lane for now. So they give you a lot of control in, like, forming your island, like, literally. You can choose where all the shops go. You can choose where everybody's homes go. You can terraform, as in you can change the literal lay of the land. You can, like, create your own paths that you just, like, draw on the ground, and it's like, you literally can make your island whatever you want. And this isn't necessarily a bad thing, right? This is like what other games I don't know, is this how The Sims works? But this is what other games are meant for, like Cities Skylines or whatever, or like Railroad Tycoon types, you know? Like, these types of games, they exist, and they're killing it, and they're fun, and they're cool. Oh, Wabba Grill. Oh, Wabba Grill. You would fuel me. You would simply fuel me. Oh, Wabba Grill. What was I just talking about? So these games exist, and they're great. The problem is that Animal Crossing, when it decided to become this kind of game, didn't do away with the design of Animal Crossing. So it's like antithetical also, because the point of Animal Crossing is being friends with your villagers and hanging out in a small town and doing your tasks, but hanging out with your villagers, and it feels like a real life that you're just living a second life, you know, you're just hanging out. Did I just run a stop sign? I might have just run a stop sign. Did that car stop? It does not look like that car stopped. I don't think I ran a stop sign. And when you have complete control over your island, it doesn't feel as down to earth. It feels like you're manufacturing everything. and you're like placing people's homes. They're not like someone that you can go hang out with. They're like another perfect resident that you're trying to organize into your beautiful little town, right? Like, you're not getting like super attached to your Sims and hanging out with them like they're people. That's just not how that sort of a game works, where you have that level of control over what everyone is doing and stuff. Animal Crossing is a far less like control simulation type of game where you're just doing you. Also, because they focused so much on adding all of these terraforming things, I'm just saying terraforming things as in like the whole structure of the game with crafting and whatnot, they had to spend a lot more time on developing that, and that meant a lot less time developing everything else. There's far less furniture in the game. There's no retail. Some of the other shops are not present. The public works aren't as extensive as far as I know. The island, like, isn't as expansive, because, I mean like going to the island with Tortimer, because you can go to different islands, but those islands that you go to are basically just to get resources or find other villagers. Which is another weird thing. Why are you recruiting villagers? You're just supposed to live in this town, and people come and go, you know? And you have to stop in every day to have an influence in the community, because otherwise you won't. Like, that's how life works. If you don't live in the community and invest your time into it every day, then someone can move and you'll never know. And you won't have a say in whether they stay or not, because you're not a part of the community. And this is something that Animal Crossing is like predicated on. This is the whole point of it. So when you give the player this much control, you take away that feeling of living in a real living, breathing town. And back to the development resources thing, they developed all of these new, like, fun ways to change your island, and they left out so much furniture, different stores, different fun things you can do. They left out also so much personality. So many of the villagers just have completely lost their personalities. They fit into one of, like, I don't know how many, but like 8 maybe villager types. And because you have so many villagers, it's just like exceedingly likely that you'll have 2 villagers with the same personality type, and they'll say the exact same things to you on the same day. And also, if you talk to the villager twice in a row, they say the same thing. Like, there's none of the like depth of personality that the villagers have anymore. Like, when I hung out with Dottie in Animal Crossing New Leaf, it felt at least a little bit more like she was a person than when I got the energetic personality villager in my Animal Crossing New Horizons village. And I'm hanging out with Dottie, and she's literally the same character as Apple, but like one of them says Sweetums and one of them says Gaha, you know, like it's the same thing. They just have a different catchphrase. It's frustrating. It's really frustrating because, like, the best-selling Animal Crossing game completely did away with what made Animal Crossing Animal Crossing. And if you want to have this, like, city-shaping simulator, then you could at least make it so that the controls aren't completely asinine. Like, why is it that when you're paving the ground, you pave it one tiny square at a time, and you have to watch yourself pave it, like, so painstakingly? Like, I'm not actually scrubbing stuff all over the floor in real life. It shouldn't feel like this, unless, of course, you're just trying to have a little homely simulator. It's like, it's caught between these two antithetical ideas. It's just unbelievable. And it's the best-selling one. By a lot, mind you. It's one of the best-selling games on the best-selling console of all time. And I just worry that Animal Crossing will continue to stray from its roots. I saw, like, there was a screenshot that I saw the other day where an Animal Crossing villager, I don't remember who it was, but it was a screenshot of this villager who said, I like it when people are mean to me, basically. They're like, I like it when people say mean things to me sometimes, but only a little, is basically what they said. No villager would say that anymore. They're gonna, like, the craziest thing they're gonna say is, I like to lay on the floor with bugs. And they'll tell you that every single day. And it's just ridiculous. You have to really force yourself to have meaningful relationships with these characters, as where that used to be the whole focus of the game. When it was on the Nintendo 64, these characters had more personality. And that game is like a gigabyte big. It's just ridiculous what they have done to this beautiful series. And listen, this isn't to say that New Horizons is a bad game, but it is a bad Animal Crossing game. It completely falls flat on the entire premises of what Animal Crossing is and the niche that it fills in the gaming sphere. It's supposed to be that you live in this beautiful, living, breathing town with these living, breathing, quirky people who are animals. But instead, we've gotten something completely different and completely in opposition to everything that Animal Crossing stands for. I'm reiterating myself, but I'm only doing it because I feel frustrated. It's ridiculous. So for the Nintendo Switch 2, I hope we get freaking... I would even be happy with a New Leaf port. And I think that would be a bad decision, personally, because New Leaf was on the 3DS, which also sold like hotcakes. But there's so many younger people that could learn to experience Animal Crossing in this way for the first time. And if it came out on the Switch too, then I could get it for Cammy or something, and we could play that together, you know? Oh, I think I'm here. I didn't realize it, but I think I'm here. Oh, I'm not here. I'm like a minute away. Also, as Nintendo is getting quirkier again, like Mario Wonder was super quirky. A lot of the games that have been coming out right now feel like they're kind of leaning back into Nintendo having really, huge, big ideas. Like, Breath of the Wild was a really cool game, but it didn't have that many, super quirky ideas. Tears of the Kingdom brings a little bit of that back. It's got, Actually, I'm talking out of my butthole right now. Completely ignore what I just said about Tears of the Kingdom and Breath of the Wild. That's not true. None of what I just said is true. Breath of the Wild does have quirky stuff, and Tears of the Kingdom doesn't have significantly more than Breath of the Wild. I'm being stupid. But you understand what I mean when I say this, right? It feels like there's a weirdness to Nintendo that was present in the GameCube era and was a little bit present in the Wii era and just kind of died in the Wii U and Switch era. We got sterile games after Mario Power Tennis, we got Mario Tennis Ultra Smash, which is just a sterile video game. And we got you know what I'm saying. Games like that, where there's just the personality has actually been completely sucked out of them. So, that's all. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying, guys. It's a shame. But I'm hoping that because Nintendo is getting a little funky with it, as seen in sorry guys, I'm trying to park. I'm gonna put on my parking brake. Doop. As seen in Mario Wonder, we're getting funky. I hope that this continues and we get funky sports games again, is basically what I'm trying to say. Hope we get funky sports games. Because those are so awesome. Mario Strikers is so funny. And Mario Power Tennis is awesome. Mario Golf Toadstool Tour is an absolute delight. And I think that the Mario Tennis Aces was a step in the right direction, but that the golf gameplay itself felt a little sterile, even if they were adding in cutesy things like getting to play in New Donk City or getting to run after your golf ball. I don't know if we'll get more sports games in the near future because I don't know how they've been selling. But I hope that we get funky games instead of serious games. Like, we got Mario, what's it called? Mario Tennis Aces. And Mario Tennis Aces was, like, sick. Because it had, like, the power meter, you know? But it was very serious. It was very, very serious. And the problem with it being so serious is that that's not the vibe. I'm playing a freaking Mario sports game. If I wanted to play something so serious, I would go play something else. But Mario Sports is meant to be goofy. And then if we're taking it serious, it's because we're taking a Mario sports game serious. It's not because they've made us a serious game, right? There's fun in playing a serious game competitively, but playing a competitive game sillily, not as awesome. Anyways, guys, comment below if one Mario sports game came out and it was silly, what sport would you want it to be? It could be any sport. You could even say, like, table tennis. And if you have any ideas, then put them in the comments. Because I really want to... I love talking about silly Mario sports. And if you just want to say, I would like baseball, because I like the baseball, and, like, I've heard about the Mario Baseball League or whatever, or, like, I really like Mario Golf, so I hope that comes back. If you want to say something like that, that's totally awesome, too. I'm just saying, if you have something out there, if you're thinking, I want baseball, I want basketball, I want friggin' table tennis, I want croquet, anything is okay. Anything is okay. Anyways, guys, that's going to be the end of this episode. Like, subscribe, do all the great stuff, and yes, goodbye.